Hello, hello, welcome to today's messages of love. I hope they reach you in timely fashion when you need to hear the messages, receive the messages. Yes, that is my intention. And that the messages be for your highest and greatest good. Okay? Yes. It's kind of what I say as I'm prepping. But just so you know, Yes. Oops, my sponge is dry. 1 second. Take the time to wet your sponge. Whoa, and that's why. Okay. This is our message. And it's a good one. What is it? What is it? What is this one? What is this one? I can't remember. What is it? Communication? No, it's intention? No. What is it? Surrender. Okay. Yes. Surrender. Don't try to figure it out. Just allow it to be what it is. Okay. First message received. Yes. Surrender all of the. What's going on here? Oh, shiza. That's not good. 1 second. Okay. Yes. The shelf right above me was slanting and it was looking like it was going to fall. And I had a plant and all kinds of things up there. So we'll just take care. But when I took everything off the shelf, and when I tried to take the shelf off because it looked like it was barely holding on, I couldn't pull it off. So things are not as they seem. So surrender, right? Might not make sense. It might look like it's falling apart, but it's stronger than it seems. That's that message, okay? And also sometimes we try to catch things before they fall in anticipation and then find out that everything was going to be fine. So I don't know. I'm just getting with the surrender and then trying to control something and things not looking as they seem. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Those are the messages. Holy moly. We've got all the successful runes in the world. Okay. This is about death and release. Let go of the old things so the new things can be. This is about a recognition of the legacy that you leave behind, what you are doing with the legacy you receive, and how are you improving it for when you leave it behind. This is holding the golden acorn aloft. This is forging and finding the gold. Okay, success. This is about the birth of new, the fertile and fecund, right? Then we have trusting in your intuition, your third eye, your inner knowing, your spiritual version of self, also a good omen of success. And then we've got Ingwas, the lion, okay? Reserving energy and for the big game, for the big stuff. Conserving energy for the big stuff. Mr. Big Stuff, who do you think you are? Okay. Okay, we'll see who comes out. Who's gonna come out to play? Mimsy Moon's out there hunting birds. What's this? Africano came out, okay? Fertile and fecund. Surrender to the seeds that have been planted. Allow them the space, the time to grow into their beautiful, gorgeous abundantness that they are meant to. Where's the book? Okay. Fertile and fecund. Birth, sanctuary, fertility, life changes, and secrets. Ooh, this bunny is like, I've got a secret. Haha, I'm pregnant again, and I'm about to birth bunnies. Days. Okay, so that is a good thing because bunnies in our realm here are seeds of potential, creative projects, creative ideas, new prospects, job opportunities, new ways of being, seeing, feeling, doing. Yes. Fertile and fecund, Mama Rabbit. It also has the springtime of all these new shoots. Beautiful. It's like the Empress, who is birthing all the new things, as well as attracting all of the harvesting from the seeds. Okay. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Because this is the love channel where love is the frequency. We tap in and we learn to maintain. Learn how to remain sane. Yes. Boom. This is how we get to where we want to go, is we follow the signs and the synchronicities, okay? Towards the things that fill our cup, that make our heart sing, that make joy ring, that make all the things happen smoothly and gorgeously. Oh, something around your heart space, okay? This heart has been places, seen things, felt things, and been wounded by things. Okay, we've got ships coming in. And what are you feeling about it here? Okay, do you believe it? Do you trust it? Are you looking at them being like, those aren't my ships? Or are you looking at them being like, those are my ships? Okay. We've got temperance and the fool. Okay, trusting in the unseen, leaps of faith into the unknown. And this tempering, balancing of the masculine and feminine. This is like process of becoming stronger through the tempering process, right? Yes, my brain is literal. We've got things happening behind the scenes. Okay, so leaps of faith into the unknown. There you go, right? Into the unknown. But it's also, look, your hand. This is you. Your eyes are closed. Your hand has a handle on this thing that is growing in behind the scenes, right? Out of your vision, out of your visuals. And then we also have this little structure that is holding your hand, and this is the universe supporting what you have planted. Okay, think of this as the seed under the soil, right? You can't see them, but you trust that they're growing. Okay, and you've got the helping hand of the universe here. We've also have the 7 of Wands. Okay, this is reaching your goal. This is getting to the top and having a beautiful perspective because of it. This is your forging of your sword, the process, the back and forth, the tempering, the balance, and this is your sword complete. Okay. We've got divine justice. Okay, this is getting back what you give. This is receiving a beautiful, like putting out love and finally getting love back, right? Investing in people, and now without having people ever investing back in you, and then now your justice is to have people invest in you, that kind of a thing, right? You get what you give. So if you gave a lot without return, the universe keeps track. This is also how, well, this is karma, right? And so justice can look very different if you have put out not too many good things, because justice declares that you will get back what you gave, right? Okay. Then we have your abundance and your strength. Okay, this is coming in. Your ability to recognize your ships as yours is what strengthens those ships coming in. Okay, someone who's like, I don't know if those are my ships, are just going to watch these ships sail by, right? Meanwhile, the ships are looking for a signal, for a dock, for a port of call to be like, over here, right? Someone who's like, those are my ships. They built a dock, they put a sign out, they're a beacon going here, here, here. And the ships are like, aha, there you are. So your signal, your strength of knowing, trusting, believing is what is delivering your goods, okay? And the Hanged One, this is a forced stall, a forced stop. Okay, this is like the waiting period, the standstill period. Okay, what are these? We got your destiny and your truth and the building of your world, okay? So I'm getting this strength of reserve, this knowing, yes, those are my ships, strengthens you and your position in this world that you are creating where your justice is in your favor. And this could be your world is ready. Your world is ready. Okay. And then we've got your truth here. So this could be figuring out what your truth is and realizing that you need to claim your own destiny, to own it, have it, hold it. This Hanged One is pointing at the Fool. And so this claiming of destiny and or speaking of your truth, or this is going to require leaps of faith, trust, and all that jazz. Leaps of faith and trust in the unknown, that the seeds that you have planted will be fruitful. And you have had many, many seeds, okay? So we've got the balancing of the masculine and the feminine. This is taking advantage of your position and harnessing the power of the sun, okay? And we've also got the emperor here as well. And the emperor is the get it done guy, okay? This guy makes decisions and gets things done for the good of all. Okay, this would be the emperor would be the guy at the top being like, well, while I'm here, I'm going to make dang good use of it, and I'm going to take this moon tool and I am going to scoop some of that gorgeous sunshine and have it nurture my seeds so that they sprout forth gorgeousness. Okay, so I want to put the emperor somewhere over here. Maybe this was part of the becoming of an emperor, right? This tempering, this balancing, this justice. This could be somebody who is being sent to you as part of your justice. Person, place, or thing, right? This could be a job opportunity. This could be a brilliant idea. This could be a creative project. This could be your new version of self who gets things done, right? Okay. And this harnessing of the sun and balance. This is the trust, the leaps, the faith, the trusting in the seeds. You are making sure that everything that you have planted has its best chance by harnessing the sun power here, by balancing your masculine and feminine. This is that balance between the sun and the water, right? How much sun your plants get, how much water they get. They are successful when there's a beautiful balance between the two. If it gets too much sun, it fries. If it gets too much water, it drowns, right? So you need that balance. And same with, there's a time for action, and then there's a time for surrender, to allow, right? Allow the seeds to do what they got to do under the surface. In the ground. Okay, what else we got in this reading for us? What are we surrendering? We've got the seeds, we've got abundance, we've got fertility. It's like you have done well making a rich, nutrient soil, and your seeds are all nestled in. And this could be part of your wait. You're waiting for the seeds to start sprouting. So you can be like, yay! Okay. Looks like we're just taking a bunch here. Okay. So we've got, what's this? Celebration. Okay. Yes. There's a celebration coming in. This is your harvest. Okay. Your ship's coming in, bringing in your harvest. This is your seeds coming to full term. Okay. Oh, what's this? We got the Hermit. Oh, we got the World and the Queen of Swords, who speaks about communication, speaking truth, discernment, cutting away all the things that no longer serve. This is the world that you are creating. This is that get her done. It's been done. The world is made for you. And you've got a rainbow confirmation on it. This world, this beautiful world, is part of your justice and your divine, where your heart will be healed. It's a home of healed hearts. Okay, where's this one? Maybe this is cutting away the old, right? Releasing the old world stuff. It's time to focus on the new world, right? In this card here, the Two of Wands, we've got the old world in the background and the new world. And you're like, yes, we want more of this and more of that and none of this and none of that, right? That's what the Queen of Swords does. She's like, okay, chop that, chop this. We don't need those things. Okay, this celebration, this is the rejoicing that's going to happen on all the levels, in all the dimensions, when you finally receive your destiny and harvest. When you land those ships, right? When you claim your destiny and be like, okay, right? Most people, they stand there and they're like, why are my ships coming to me? Not realizing that they have to meet the ships halfway. They have to build the dock. They have to build the signs that say this way. Otherwise, the ships are just going to keep driving around looking for Who's claiming these ships, right? So that's going to be celebrated. I feel like this hermiting could be this hangout period where you figure all your stuff out and learn how to nurture your seeds. Okay, in this hermiting, this is also where you create a safe space for yourself to be within your heart, to recognize, to see, to feel, to understand, to get to know, right? Sometimes our hearts get hurt and we're like, oh, too precious. So we stick it in a lockbox and we hide it away. So the hermiting process is about creating a safe space for yourself to pull that box out, pull your heart out, and actually look at what you're dealing with here. Okay, how bad was the damage? What do we got? Oh, there's pieces of shards. Maybe we'll take those out, right? Oh, now there's some bleeding. Okay, we're going to need to staunch. We're going to need, and actually interacting with it. And I think that's most people, they're locking their box up as it, or locking their heart up as is, and not even knowing, like just assuming and thinking, oh, I don't want to pull it out because I'm pretty sure there's all kinds of stuff in there that I don't want to deal with, right? And so part of this, I'm keeping my heart safe, but you're also keeping you from having to deal with the damage, okay, to face it. Because we've got to feel it to heal it. And if it hurt bad before, we don't want it to hurt again, right? But you got to heal it to feel it to heal it. So what do you do, right? Okay, this is your world coming to be. Okay, we've got the drafting board, the universe conspiring, right? Pulling all the cooperative components. This is the reconfiguring this world here. And your belief, your willingness to accept and to declare, right? It's like, those are my ships. Here's my dock I built. And you're standing at the end of the dock being like, hey, right here. And they're like, okay, there's somebody. Okay. The Two of Swords. This is your ability to choose love. Okay. Trust your intuition, right? You're not making choices with your eyes. You are making choices with your knowing, with your intuition, with your higher self. Okay, this is the surrender. Surrender to what you know, not what you see. Aha, there it is. That's the shelf thing, right? Things aren't as fragile or weak as they may appear. Okay. Things are not as they seem. Okay. What do we got here? All of the cards. Boundaries and resources. We've got patience in your spiritual garden. Okay, so I want to put your boundaries. I feel like maybe your stuff, your extra things. The Six of Swords. Look at the rainbows on it. The reason why I put it over here is because I feel like the Queen, look at it. Look at how rainbow it is. I love it. The Queen of Swords is going to cut away any excess. She's going to use her powers of determination, yes, of discernment, to assess what is working for you and what isn't. Okay, this is that quiet, contemplative, rowing out to the middle of the lake at night when nobody's around and dumping things off that are no longer serving, right? There's things that you're not going to need from the old world in your new world, and you need to cut those losses, cut those things free. Okay, cut them free. And your tending of your spiritual garden, this is what's going to allow you the ability to recognize signs and synchronicities, because you're tapped in, you've got an ear in the spiritual realm, right? Like an ear of corn in your spiritual garden that's listening and hearing all of the signs and synchronicities for you to leap for, to trust, to go, right? This is like, this is your connection, because we've got the higher self, third eye, and your solar, or your, what is that? That's your solar right in the center, right? And the connection and your spirit team. The more you water and fertilize this garden, the more you are able to trust your inner knowings and nudges. Okay, for these leaps of faith, for these trusting, for these going all in, for these go left, go into that building, go talk to that person, go right. And you're like, yay! And that's part of your harnessing the sun. The sun is masculine, and masculine is about taking action, right? So this is what you act upon. Okay, so that's going to go over here. It's also part of what you do when you are in hermiting mode, and stuck somewhere, being able to look things differently, different perspectives. And a lot of times it takes a broken heart for us to look within, to go within, right? Because we're sick and tired of walking around bleeding on everything and everybody. Okay, and the patience to allow all of the things to come to us, to process, to heal, to justice, to become. Yes. And your boundaries, okay? I'm going to put the boundaries here because how you receive or not receive your ships, how you perceive your ships, builds strength. It's part of your harvesting. So it's really important to create boundaries around your perception of your ships, right? Every time you're like, are they mine? Are they not mine? Are they mine? Are they not mine? You're not building the dock. You're not preparing for them to arrive. You're still stuck in this, I'm not even sure if they're mine or not, right? So, boundaries around your own lack of faith, trust, and in yourself, right? This is also worthiness, this fear of being left out in the cold, fear of being forgotten, fear of not being good enough, right? Maybe those ships aren't for me. Maybe they're somebody else's ships. This is why confidence and faith is a momentum game with energy, right? Every time you're like, they are for me, you're moving towards it. And every time you're like, are they? Maybe not. You're moving, you're stalling, right? And so you're interrupting this momentum. You want to maintain a steady, they are mine, they are mine, they are mine. And that's how you get them. They get to you. Okay. We've got the people, okay, people who are part of your destiny who may help, encourage. This could be all of the people coming to celebrate, coming to, like, if you are King Arthur claiming your destiny by pulling the sword from the stone, these are your people who agree that you are a good and just and worthy leader. Oh, the devils came out. Okay, those are exactly the things that keep you from your destiny. Okay, the devils are your doubts and fears, the adversaries. Every time you're like, I probably won't be able to pull that sword out of the stone. I won't even go. I won't even go. There's like tons of people going from everywhere, and nobody's pulling it. So it's probably not for me, right? I'm not even gonna make the effort. I'm not even gonna make the trip. And we do these things, we say these things, and we think these things. It's an ego way of keeping ourselves small and protected, right? Because if you're wrong, if you go all the way there and then you pull the sword and it doesn't come out, well, now you are less than or unworthy, or somehow, your ego is hurt. And your ego wants to avoid that at all costs, right? So, but also your shadow version of self is a very important part of all the processes. This is a recognition. This is why shadow work is important. You need to understand who you are on all the levels so that when doubts and fears show up, when shadow versions of self, when ego is trying to keep you safe, you can recognize it and override that program. Be like, no, it's okay. It's fine if we're wrong. It's fine if the sword doesn't come out when we try to pull it. It's not for us. We'll move on, find another sword or whatever, right? And yeah, like maybe it was also everyone else's doubt that was keeping them from being able to pull the sword out. Maybe it wasn't about a destiny built specifically for Arthur. Maybe Arthur was the only person who tried to lift it without any expectation, without any ego or pride. Maybe he was just like, I'll just try it, right? With nothing. We don't know. We don't know. And for this metaphor's sake, we will say that it's a destiny built just for you. Okay. So the devil with the rainbow confirmations, being aware of your shadow aspect of self and transmuting them into rainbow people, character, aspects, facets of you. Okay, this is part of the process. This is part of becoming whole, becoming right. You need certain levels of shadow aspects within in order to pull the old dead plants out and till the soil, fertilize it, right? There's a balance. This is the nature of reality of this three-dimensional realm, is this balance between the shadow and the light. Okay, when we deny our shadow, we're denying a half of ourselves. And that's why those people end up being crazy people, because they are denying parts of themselves. Okay, when you are whole and integrated, energy moves fast and in your favor. Okay, because you are balancing between knowing that the ships are yours and taking action by creating a dock so that the ships make dang sure that the ships can get to you. Balance, right? Between knowing and the doing. And then the ships arrive and it's a beautiful thing and messages are like, yay! Okay, so this gorgeous, abundant, balanced, joyful togetherness, right? This is the twin flame card with the two. It's like 1111, right? The masculine, feminine, balanced within both counterparts, creating this solid foundation, this pagoda of abundance. Pergola? Pergola. Pergola. Pergola? No, what is it? Anyways, doesn't matter. It's solid and it's beautiful and it's abundant and it's joyful and it's glorious and it's gorgeous and it's foundational, right? It is the sturdy, stable foundation that everything else grows and builds upon. And that's why it is a beautiful union celebratory. This is the wedding of gorgeous unions forever. And I love you. That's everything that card is. Okay. Yes. And we've got messages coming in, people, places, or things, external or internal, all of the things, but it's to do with emotion, with love, with your cup here, passionate movement, right? And also the white stallion represents truth and purity, pure heart messages. Yes. Okay. So I feel like this is what's following close behind this beautiful energy. This is why you surrender, because things will present themselves to you. You just have to make sure that your connection, your lines are open so that you can receive the signs and synchronicities, the nudges to go, to be, to allow whatever is necessarily there for you. I'm actually no. Okay, I take it back. We'll put it over here. Okay, well, that's beautiful. Let's go through one last time. If there's anybody else that wants to come out and add to this reading, do so, or forever hold your peace. Okay, that's that from there. Let's get some supporting confirmations from this one. What do you got for us, Golden Deck? This one? Ooh, looks like a tower. Okay. Tower is coming in. Should we do one more? Some tower power. Okay, this is a sudden and miraculous event situation. This is a lightning aha moment, right? This could be a popped tire. This could be a winning a lottery. This could be a moment of insight, like an aha moment where everything just clicks into place and you get it. This could be a apple falling from the tree, hitting you on the head, and you discovering gravity. All right. Yes, that's what I'm getting from that card. Okay, I don't think any more of these cards are coming out except for this one. So we'll take it. Okay. Where are we? I think that one's the Wheel of Fortune. So we got two major arcanas. And major arcanas tend to be direct messages from spirit, more so. I mean, they all are, but they're like spirit is here because we've got the Strength, the World, the Hermit, the Devil, the Fool, Temperance, the Emperor, and Justice. That's 8. We've got 8. Oh, and the Hanged One, 9. Did I get them all? Yes. Which is a lot. 9. Okay, anyways, I got all crazy there. The Tower, Wild Apple. A humbling event or experience. A catastrophe. A broken cycle. Okay. A rude awakening, a big change, an overthrow of one's current way of thinking that brings enlightenment. There you go. The Tower is a card of destruction. Pride is the downfall of mankind. What is built can be toppled, ego shattered by nature. Malus Severici is an old world apple from which most of our common apples are descended. Combined with this card, it represents the fall from the Garden of Eden and man's awareness leading to its ruin. It also represents a chance to learn from one's mistakes. Okay. So, a big change, right? Because when old structures get torn down, it creates space for new structures to be built, right? And you're not building from scratch because you've got some of that old structural materials present to rebuild with. Okay. So a tower, this could be a communication. This Knight of Cups could be bringing in a tower, right? A tower can also be like a sudden change in your finances, like winning the lottery. Go from $0 in the bank account to $40 million. And then you're like, well, I don't even know what to do with that. Okay, and then, it's a medicine wheel. A stroke of unexpected luck. Okay, it's a lottery. Change is on the way. So there you go, a big change. Evolution cleansing. Chinese star anise is a traditional cooking herb with a wide array of health benefits. Oh, yeah. It's used as a digestive aid and reputedly has antibacterial and antifungal properties. This is a card of cycles, how the ups in life become downs, only to rise and then fall again. It's a reminder that nothing is fixed. This is that cyclical nature too, right? Like the fall, the winter, and the spring and the summer, right? Everything has its time. So, sudden stroke of luck, unexpected luck. We'll take it, we like it, we'll own it. We'll make it ours. I think a power deck card is time. Surrender to the abundance, right? This is like also an unexpected change. You never know what seeds are going to take off, right? You never know. This is that trust in the unseen. You could have planted seeds that laid dormant, and then there was suddenly a fire. And turns out this seed can only be germinated with forest fire ash or something, right? And you think that nothing can grow after a fire devastates, after the tower tears everything down. And all of a sudden you're like, what is this thing growing? And oh, look, it's a money tree, right? That's growing right in the center of it. This is why it's really important to commit, to not, to allow things to be as they are, knowing and trusting that things are not always what they seem. Right? So assume the best. If you can choose to assume the best or the worst, right? This is your choice. Are you going to feed the best case scenario potential or the worst case scenario potential? It's up to you and your free will. This is what it's about, right? This world that you create. Each piece of this beautiful world is built every time you choose love. You throw a little love pebble onto the world. This is why momentum and patience. Because before you know it, turn around and that world is ready for you. Okay. Commitment. You need commitment to focus on your target, take aim, pull back the bow, and then shoot your arrow, knowing you will hit the bullseye with every shot. To hit the bullseye requires total commitment of your spiritual and physical being. You need only the commitment to walk down the path through the gateway into your true destiny. Okay, you have to arrive at the sword to be able to pull it, to claim your destiny. Okay. It is a process of gathering. You gather your emotions, you gather your mental strength and your ability as you would gather sheep. It could be a long process, but your commitment gives you endurance. It is the next step after defining your act of power. Materialize your dreams and begin to live them. Build that magnificent dream lodge within you with total commitment, okay? Go to the edge of the water and start building your dock. Even if you don't see the ships, know that they are on way and they're going to need a place to land in order for you to receive what they're bringing, okay? And they're bringing this beautiful love fest. That's what this card is. It's a love fest. Okay. oops, this commitment is slippery, but you pick it up and you make it work, okay? You trust it, you own it, you maintain the momentum, and you get there. There's your world. There's the new world waiting for you. You just have to follow those little stepping stones that will get you there, okay? And look, there's somebody there. There's somebody waiting. Or maybe they're heading from a different direction and you both are going to land in this world at the same time together. This could be your people that are meant to be part of your destiny. Okay, beautiful. And this, I love a rounded gateway, threshold, entry point. Yes, beautiful. I'm going to read the little descriptions about in the unknown. In the unknown. The painting is entitled Threshold of the Heavens. It symbolizes our commitment along the path of enlightenment. Oh, yeah. From one space or level of consciousness to another. This painting shows a moon gateway, that's what they're called, looking into the garden of higher consciousness and the sphere of universal consciousness within. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Surrender and claim. Surrender and believe. Surrender and be you till full. Okay, let's get some affirmation cards. I open new doors to life. Okay, yes. And I do not have to earn love. I'm lovable because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. This is why once you claim your destiny, you are also claiming yourself as one deserved of a destiny, right? And that elevates you. That brings you to a new level. And there are people who are there recognizing that, who reflect that back to you. And it's gorgeous. Okay, and then with the devils here, this is that trust in what you feel, okay? Because not everybody drawn to you and your destiny are going to necessarily be there to celebrate, right? And you're going to need your shadow version of self to be able to create a boundary and cut those people away, right? Otherwise, if we don't have that integrated shadow version, then the relationships are built for different reasons, right? Like dependency or validation, external validation, as an example. Okay, I'm gonna take some wild unknown cards. And maybe the bear will come out. Maybe I'll just read the bear. I saw a bear today. It's walking down a pathway. And then there was a car coming and I waved him down. I'm like, stop, there's a bear coming down the pathway. And he's like, oh, that's the mama. She had 2 cubs and then she just had 1. And then it was just her. There was no cubs around. And so I'm like, oh no, what happened to her babies? But total bear moment. And he thinks that she's living in behind his place. And he seemed very like, yay, protector. He's a protector. And I think animals, they have a sense of like, oh, it's safe to be here. These people aren't going to call a conservation officer and get us killed, right? Okay, we got the whale. Beautiful. Maybe it's beautiful. I don't know what the whale's got to say. But I opened up on the swan, which is a beautiful. Okay, desire to delve deeper. Oh, beautiful. Profound peace and ancient wisdom. This is the kind of messages you tap into when you go into your and tend to your spiritual garden. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour, okay? This is your ability to transform yourself through your declaration of worthiness, to be your own beacon that draws your ships towards you. When in balance, calm, steady, deeply compassionate. When out of balance, heavy and slips into the old story, okay? That old world, it's still, you still have to walk through the threshold to get there, to claim it, to own it. Look at this rainbow on your shadow. Okay, this is your transmutation of adversaries into fuel that move you forward, that keep you going in and owning. Okay. To bring into balance regular self-care. Beautiful. Okay, and then the bear. We'll just look up the bear really quick. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. There you go. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move towards the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of a new direction and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of this spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. Inner strength yearning to grow when in balance, withdrawal, lethargy, and heaviness when out of balance, and to bring into balance movement and exercise. Bear wisdom. Beautiful. Okay, we'll get a couple of charmy charms. Oh, okay, so right away, look at this. This is the Little Red Riding Hood en route through the forest, heading to Grandma's house with a basket full of goodies, okay? And it landed on the patient night. So you're patiently waiting for your granddaughter to show up with all the goodies. You don't know what's in her basket, but you know they're goodies and they're going to be good, okay? And so you're waiting and you are patient. You're patiently waiting, okay? And then look at this. We've got an angel feather fell on top of this gorgeous state of being here, which is like your angels want you here. Your angels want you here. They want to meet you there. They want to celebrate you there, okay? We've got the mermaid. Okay, she's going with the flow. And what else? Magical. They sing their songs that lure people to their deaths. What about the mermaid? She's amphibian? I don't know. I don't know about the mermaid, but she's magical and she's beautiful. And let's just say she's going with the flow, okay? She's surrendering to the tides and the currents. We've got this beautiful two halves making a whole, okay? This is this foundation, beautiful gorgeousness that's happening here, I feel. We also have the water buffalo, okay? This is a stubborn bovine. This guy or girl they're not easily, they until proven otherwise, okay? They're hard to tell the males from the females. They're also refused to be domesticated, and people just leave them alone because they will straight up kill you if they don't like you, okay? Or if you get too close. So, but they're also sturdy. They are sturdy, earthbound creatures. And so there's like this wild, untamed freedom. There's this balance between the masculine and feminine, and a determination to be free. And then we've got the cheetah. Okay, this is that fast moving energy. This is what momentum and maintaining momentum brings. It brings speed at which things happen in the real world. Okay, cheetah vibes. Okay, we've got this. What are they called again? Sparrow, and sparrows mate for life. But it's alone, okay? So you may have been doing everything alone for a long time, but you've got people en route, people wanting to come in and support and encourage and celebrate you. And then we've got the protection, okay? This is the beautiful protection that you create around yourself through the maintenance of your self. Okay, your spiritual garden, your mental garden, your emotional garden, your physical garden. Okay, this is why integration of your shadows and the devils. This is your harnessing and utilizing all of the things available for you. This is your balance state that creates its own beautiful protection. And we've got an abundant star. Okay, this is the kind of abundance that keeps blooming year after year. Okay, this is this abundance. And same with the sunflower. Okay, it is abundance that keeps growing, and a beautiful representation of the sun. This is grabbing something, harnessing, and using it to benefit everything. Okay, and then we've got this little feather. This is giving me dream catcher feather vibes, right? Or it's decorative. Look, it's got the little bind at the top. So ceremony, maybe cleansing, right? I've got my little feather wand that you use when you're saging to intend to cleanse a space. So make sure that you are regularly cleansing your space, your energy. Okay. This is part of the transmuting because you can pick up other people's energy, you can create your own and get stuck and stagnant. So refresh it, release it, and be a magical being that you are. Okay. That is the reading. Yes, that's the reading for today. And I hope there was some good stuff for you. But yes, look at this integration. This is an integrated shadow version of self. There's nothing that can come up against you anymore. Okay, you've been patient and you always choose love. Okay, and because of that, this energy is en route and picking up fast. And then your ships will arrive and you'll be like, woohoo! Okay, so there you have it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you and I wish you luck on your dock building. Okay, you are worthy, you deserve it. It will happen. It is happening. It is happening. It is unfolding in divine timing the way it is meant to. Your seeds will be popping soon and you won't know what to do with them all. Okay? You'll give them away, you'll replant, you'll do all kinds of things, and it'll be gorgeous, just like you. Okay? Love you and see you next time. Bye.